this guy in general attracts the shadier. You know, they see him, especially when he did the American Badass thing, you know. I remember in Montreal, you know, they loved you. The Angels and all that loved you up there.
So did you get a lot of the biker gangs and stuff reach out to you and stuff?
Well, no, when I go to clubs and stuff like that, they were always really hospitable and like, you know, and there were a couple of Angels on like road crews and stuff like that. Like the guys the local hired hands that would come in and rig and set up. But when we did Toronto, I think it was when I worked Flair in Toronto, the what are the Mounties or the Royal Canadian
RCMP.
Yeah, the RMCP called WWE and wanted to know all about my background because I had done some promos.
Yeah. The Dago Chopper shirt.
No, it was support your local 81. So they thought I was affiliated with the Hells Angels. So they wanted a rundown and they weren't going to let me in.
Holy crap!
Yeah, they weren't going to let me into Toronto.
Yeah.
And they had to, no, it's a gimmick. It's, you know, they had to explain the whole thing, but it was, they were not.
Speaking of clubs, I actually have two stories on that. One Canadian and one club story. I know. So anyway, me and him are making out behind the, sorry. I'll tell you, we've been all over the world, and the toughest border security is Canada. You don't around. It's tough. So we're coming back. It's just me and him driving, coming back from somewhere in Canada. And they had pulled us over and they went through the car and checked us out and everything like that and brought us in the room and all that stuff and everything was okay. And then we get back in the car and we're driving like a couple miles down and I reach into my sock. During this whole time I had one. I pulled it out. He was pissed. He was like, well, you better fire it up then, I guess. We went through all that shit. Yeah, that was one of the dad looks too. But anyway, the funny story is we're coming back.
Did you ever call him Daddy Taker?
No.
He called me Daddy a lot.
That sounds weird.
Why are we making out?
That sounds weird, baby.
Daddy Taker.
We're coming back from Orlando. My cousin had these hookups at these casitas at this awesome hotel. They were like little bungalows and shit. Yeah.
Good Lord.
Yeah, he did this going. And so we're coming back, and I had the Dragonfly. We'll just use Dragonfly as a code word for LSD. LSD. So anyway, him and Henry take him, and then I wait. I'm driving, and I wait till we get back there and everything. So then we go to the dollhouse. Mm-hmm. We go to the dollhouse, and we're having some drinks and everything. And in the dollhouse is this guy looks right out of Central Casting for an 80s hair metal band. He's got like purple,
70.
Yeah, purple, spandex and the hair and everything. And Taker goes, I bet that dude's cool. I want to hang out with him. And then time goes by, and then he finally comes over, and then Taker's like, hey, what's up? And the guy's like, hey, guys, my name's... And it just turned out to be just the biggest pain in the ass that we ever done. Yeah. So then we go back to the room, and they had these little walk over a little pond into the hotels. And back then, we would engage in hotel wrestling. Not like you saw in the back of magazines back in the day, you know what I mean? But yeah. Do you remember those with the girls? Yeah, of course you do.
You're aging yourself, buddy.
Yeah. So we're in there, and Henry goes, and I'm like, okay.
That's the sign for let's get him.
So Mark unlocks his door, and as soon as he unlocks his door, we bum rush him. And like just get on him, just start wailing on him and everything like that. And then,
that's actually a separate story, but go ahead.
Finish. Okay.
Yeah, that's a different story.
I'm on mushrooms. What do you want me?
What do you expect?
Yeah, what do you expect? And so then we run back to our room and hide and everything. And then door gets kicked in, and Cool Hand Luke comes walking in and commences to whooping out of us, dumped us over, pulled the mattress over, and like trapped under there, and we're just all laughing our ass off. And I'll never forget this as we walk out, and you know how much minibar food and stuff is.
Yeah.
Right? So as he walks out, it was like a movie. Of course, this all could be in my head. But he walks to the door and turns and looks at us and opens our minibar and just shakes everything out of it. Like $300, $400 worth of crap. Yeah. It was funny.
So
I feel like we had 6
now tell
stories.
the
that
real
was
story.
that was 2 stories actually. Those were different. So the part in Tampa, the detached casitas there at the Hyatt. That was after leaving the bar with the guy with the out of central casting, right? So their dragonfly has kicked in.
Okay.
Now, to get back to the casitas, they're right. You were right. They're little koi ponds that you had to walk over a little wooden bridge. Well,
Oh, is this Henry?
yes,
okay.
this is so. They're also the little tree, not the little tree frogs, the little ones are everywhere. I don't
Yeah.
know if it was mating season or what, but they're jumping and chirping and everything. Well, Mark trips. He's tripping big time, and he gets on top of the bridge. It's just a little bridge, like a 3-foot bridge, and he has got a death grip on the bridge because these frogs are attacking him.
Yeah, freaking out.
You know, this one's running around like, you know, trying to grab
whoa.
him.
I
He's
mean,
trying to
that's-
catch him. He's trying to catch him. Mark's terrified of him, and I'm trying to get both of these big son of
Yeah.
bitches into their rooms.
Yeah.
And then then I did.
Then-
Then I did.
Attack us.
That's when I got the
That's
mini
when you
bar.
attacked us.
The other thing, yeah, when they attacked me, when I was going into my room, they regretted that one because they attacked me and then they tried to run. They tried to run back to their room. Their
Giggling
room,
like freaking 12-year-olds.
yeah, these are grown men,
Yeah.
and they
300
thought they
pound
got
grown
into
men.
their room, but I was right behind them. I was like whack. And then it was on.
Was there ever any moments where you thought to yourself, why do I hang out with?
No, I just came with
It's
the
one of
I
those
came
things.
with the furniture.
It was one of those deals like you just had to be there.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
fun.
It was
fun.
it was a lot of fun most of the time. And yeah, there were
Until the daddy looks.
until the daddy looks come. When the daddy
Yeah.
looks come, then it's like
We're done.
I'll pack my bags.
We'll yeah. That's what he said when he wrecked my motorcycle.
When
Yeah.
he finally looked at me, I'll pack my bags.
It's time for me to go.
Time for me to go.
I'm gonna leave.
I
now.
just wrecked your motorcycle. It's time for me to go.
We only just put it on eBay. Literally.
I was just gonna sell it.
Yeah.
First bike I'd ever, when I finally got out of debt from getting into this business, that's the first thing that I'd ever bought myself, like new. My first new motorcycle.
And he
Yay,
wrecked it. And you
Tex.
wrecked it.
Yay me! Hey, great. In hindsight, great story. In hindsight,
Yeah,
they're
we all
great
lived,
stories.
right?
Yeah, exactly.
We all lived. It was
and apparently, I took one of the best backdrops in the history
greatest
of
backdrop
wrestling.
ever. I mean, I'd never seen a man that big fly, take that kind of back and bounce and no sell it. Popped right up to his feet.
I'm okay.
I'm okay. I'm like, I don't give a whether you're not
Didn't
going to
look
be
at me.
okay.
Did not look at me. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But that's real friendship right there. And that's
guess,
what you
I
guys have developed over the.
That's a stretch.
I don't want to put him over, but yeah, he's been there when I've needed him the most. My mom got cancer, and I had to spend the last 2 months, with her every day. All the medicine. She couldn't take any more medicine. She would just lay in bed moaning, and I'm laying. I didn't sleep for a while or anything. But whenever he would, call and talk to her, it would like make her day. And you're the best, dude.
What was it like for you in the locker room with him? I mean, was it?
Well, I mean, I was kind of upset that he kept tagging along and everything, but I'm like, he's here, I might as well.
Because when you come up to WWF
I'll give
and
you
you
a
see him in
perfect
locker room.
example to your story. Yes, and then I got integrated into the group and everything. Then after Henry got hurt, microphone. Hi, microphone.
We're going to need to hurry.
Yeah. What were we talking about? Oh yeah. Okay. So anyway, me and him were making out behind the dumpster, and this was the pros and cons of that. We traveled a lot together. Pro, he always paid for the rental car, usually bought all the meals and everything. And my job was like, I always had to take the rental car at the end of the tour back to the thing. And, I had to spend my money on fancier hotels, but I got free rental car and all that. And then I would get a little heat, sometimes from some of the other, like, oh, Taker's boy and everything, But
when you first got to WWF,
yes,
you go in the locker room. You're not part of BSK at this point. What was the relationship like with Taker? How did that?
Henry, Henry had already been there, so I was just like welcomed in to the family with that. So but it wasn't like intimidating or anything, because remember, I had just spent from when I was 19, from 88 to 03 in a locker room with Blackjack Mulligan and Steamboat and Texas Red and
Hey man,
I was trying to think of your other characters.
Texas Red.
Yeah.
But I think it helped. I think the helped situation because he came in to be Mark's partner. Mark was already established with us, so it was just like the
Free pass.
Dumb little brother.
Totally. And last member had to drink a whole bottle of Jack. Oh no.
So okay, we go into the Ministry of Darkness. You're Mideon at this point. Now you're working with him.
Yes.
Constantly.
I got a good one for that too.
So my thing with that, the question I had for you on this was,
why did I let him join the ministry with us? I don't know. He was there.
He's a soft-hearted guy.
I know.
how was it going from you're in tag team with Henry and everything, going to where now you're almost attached to his hip in and outside of the ring? Did you learn a lot more about just the business of wrestling, and how did your professional career change?
We were around each other before that. It changed a little bit. Like I said, some of the guys would give me Bradshaw and that. They would give me for, always being, with him and traveling with him and everything. I you couldn't pay someone to, from 88 to 9 to then. I was so fortunate to be around Dusty and Steve Kern, Undertaker and Brett and all these guys and everything. So I, was just I sponged everything. And, they say locker room leader and all that, and it was true. If you had a problem, you went to him, and we had the courts, and those were fun. And when I met Melina, and she's like, hey, do you know me? And I was like, oh yeah, why does Undertaker hate you? That was the first thing I said to her. I was like, no, I'm just joking.
I don't hate anybody. Why do people say I hate people? I had to.
Yeah, I know you had to lay down the law.
I had to facilitate a court hearing.
Yeah.
I was unbiased.
Yeah, like Judge Mershon.
How's your foot?
Half of it's gone.
Flipper.
It's halfway good.
Half of it's gone.
Tell that story. That's
okay.
fun.
All right. Well,
that's actually entertaining.
Okay. I'll get that. The other thing, like with working with him during the Mideon thing, one of my highlights, we did Madison Square Garden. We were the main event. It was me and him tagging, where I got to come out to the. Very rare. Like, does somebody get to come out to the Undertaker's entrance and everything? It was me and Paul against. I think it was Rocky and Mankind, and we're main event in the match, and. I did all of the work for everybody because, that was, they didn't want to do anything. So anyway, I got a great check. I was like, oh my God. But then I'm at his house in Tierra Verde, and I'm like, dude, I made like $3,000 for that. And I looked at his, it was like $75,000. Motherfucker.
That's so bullshit.
I did all the work.
A couple of zeros
You
more
are so
there.
full of crap. You're more full of crap than a Christmas turkey.
Did you feel like that those nights you had to step your game up because you were wrestling with him, or
I honestly, I never really had to, try or thought that I had to step my game up because the guys that taught me and the guys that I worked with, I always did. I mean, I around, I did a lot, but bell to bell, I busted my ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I tried. Yeah. And when he, for WrestleManias, he would fly me out to his place when he was on the, the lighter schedule, and I would work out with him in the ring for a little while. When Stone Cold broke his neck, they flew me to Steve's house, and I helped him. They brought a ring, and I helped him get back.
Oh wow!
And
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, and then the first Mania he didn't fly me out to his house was against Brock, and he lost. So. Maybe it was bad luck. I don't know.